Talk to him.
Classic codes, I ain't taking it slow. Forgive me, Lord, I woke up in that mode. Whether the winters were left in the cold. A bit more important conversation. We got some entertaining stuff coming later too, but we're gonna start having a little bit more important conversation. Well, I feel like we always been having important conversation, but intentionally, overtly. That's the word I'm looking for. Overtly important conversation, right? This ain't medicine in the candy. This straight ahead, right? So Ray giving his testimony about his childhood upbringing and what changed him from a boy into something else. And we're going to discuss that. Souls of Thought, I hope you tapped in. Tez, I hope you tapped in. I really want y'all perspectives on this. Let's get it.
My stepfather hit my mama so hard in the face, I called her. And I looked at him with this rage and this pain in my eyes. I ran to my garage and I grabbed this deck of cards. And I flipped a 7. And I started doing 7 push-ups. I flipped a 6, I did 6. I flipped a 9, I did 9. I flipped a 2, I did 2. I flipped another 9, I did 9. Until I got all the way through the deck. Jack, Queen, King worked 10. Jack, Aces 25s and Jokers 50. Until I got sick and tired of what pain felt like in my gut. Because I wanted to make sure sports wasn't the reason why I started training. It was to make sure man never put his hands on my mama again.
I got 100 on my dash, got 200 in my truck, name in the grab.
All right, we can't do the audio, but let's go back and listen to the testimony again. One more time. This is Ray Lewis, former linebacker, legendary Hall of Fame linebacker for the Baltimore Ravens, Super Bowl champion Ray Lewis.
My stepfather hit my mama so hard in the face, I called her. And I looked at him with this rage and this pain in my eyes. I ran to my garage and I grabbed this deck of cards. And I flipped a 7. And I started doing 7 push-ups. I flipped a 6, I did 6. I flipped a 9, I did 9. I flipped a 2, I did 2. I flipped another 9, I did 9. Until I got all the way through the deck. Jack, Queen, King worked 10. Jack, Aces 25s and Jokers 50. Until I got sick and tired of what pain felt like in my gut. Because I wanted to make sure sports wasn't the reason why I started training. It was to make sure man never put his hands on my mama again.
I got 100 on my dash, got.
All right, so Ray Lewis giving an illustration of his childhood trauma. What up, Tez? Ray Lewis giving an illustration on his childhood trauma and how seeing a man put his hands on his mother, drove him to become essentially a juggernaut of a man, a powerful, strong, beast of a man, and just wanting to be a physical presence and somebody that's able to handle themselves no matter who they encounter to ensure the safety of his mother. So my question behind watching this testimony from Ray Lewis is, does trauma make beasts or does trauma make monsters? Does trauma make beasts or does trauma make monsters? I'll start by answering my own question before the chat weigh in. I could say this. This makes me think about my code language segment on weaponizing, right? Everybody's going to go through things. If you stay above ground long enough, you'll go through some shit, right? You more than once. And so when you go through things or you experience whatever forms of trauma that you're going to experience, I think you have a decision to make. It can make you or it could break you. You can take the trauma. You could take the trauma. Lisa said it depends on the person. Shout out to Lisa. What up? The chat in here today. You can take the trauma and you can weaponize it and fuel it. Shout out to SM the Don. Make sure y'all go follow them if y'all into lifting weights or if y'all need gym motivation. Shout out to SM the Don. They work out at the legendary Diamond Gym. He has this thing called the kill jar. It's a mental kill jar. And he says, like, you go through something, you put it in the kill jar. Somebody doubts you, you put that in the kill jar. Somebody press your boundaries, disrespect you, you put it in the kill jar. Metaphorically speaking, of course, all alleged for content creation purposes and entertainment. And you put that in the kill jar and you take your kill jar with you and you bring it to the gym. You know what I'm saying? And it sounds like that's kind of what Ray Lewis described to me in a way when he talked about the deck of cards and how he wanted to become strong. So he would flip the deck of cards. If it was 7, he would do 7 and he would do the push-ups for every number. And then he gave the face cards a value and he did it until he probably couldn't even lift his arms because he wanted to make sure nobody ever touched his mother again. The Tez Down said both. Elaborate on that for me, bro. I agree with you, though. Fundamentally, I agree with you. But yeah, I think it depends. Like Lisa said, it depends on the person. If you're the type of person that, you go through something and you let it just fold you up, or you stay stuck in that space, because we know trauma is associated with a stuck point. So if you stay stuck in that space and you let that fold you up, then, you know, obviously trauma wouldn't make you a beast or a monster. It would make you, you know, pathetic. If it broke you and made you weak and you know, docile. You know what I'm saying? Lisa said some people use it as fuel to be better, and some people let it break them. Yeah. And the key to this is let it, right? Because it's a decision. And I think a lot of times we look at situations and we go through stuff, and then we move as if like we don't have a choice. You have a choice. You can decide. You can, you know what I mean? I'm deciding, okay, this is what happened. I'm deciding to take this and do this with it. I'm deciding I'm not going to allow this to, you know, whatever. Tristan said trauma can be used as a lesson to stimulate mental and physical strength. I agree. Yeah, that's why, you know, the people, I worked in the gym for like 3 years, right? And you can always tell like the people that was in the gym working through their shit. They just move different. You know, they say 85% of communication is nonverbal. So you can always tell the people that's in the gym like really working through their shit. They train a little different. Their break times are a little shorter. You know, their amount of gym bros and gym buddies and gym friends is a lot smaller. You know, seldom do they have workout partners. They go at that shit alone. You know what I mean? You can just always tell. You know, it's a little different. It's like an introvert in a crowd. You know what I'm saying? It's just, I'm only in this crowd because this is where the machines is at. It's like an energy. But yeah, I think that the difference between a beast and a monster is like the beast is capable of handling situations, but isn't looking for trouble. The monster, I think, is more of a menace. And so I agree with Tez when you say both, that trauma can make a beast or a monster out of you. Because see, that's the thing too. Once you use the trauma to become strong, just adding another nuance, once you use the trauma to become strong, you have to decide whether you're going to be good or bad with your strength, right? Because you could be strong and be a beast, or you can be a monster. So the Tears Down said, if you're able to survive the trauma and are determined to overcome or never let it happen again, then you become the beast. I agree. Yeah, and it's always, you can even tell the difference. You can even tell the difference in the texture and the tone of the conversation when people give their testimonies. Some people give their testimonies with the tone of a victim. Ray Lewis didn't ever sound like a victim. He sounded motivated by it. Even when he was retelling the story, he said, I saw a man hit my mom so hard, and I called her, I picked her up, I called her. And he said, I looked at her with such a rage. You could hear in his voice, like, you know, the fire ignited, you know what I'm saying? Such a rage. And, you know, I got a deck of cards, and you know what I'm saying? You can hear that this motivated him. It didn't break him. It didn't weaken him. It lit a match. You know what I'm saying? It lit a flame. Whereas you have somebody else that could tell the same story and be like, you know, like, y'all niggas don't know what it's like. You don't know what it's like seeing being 5 years old, seeing a man put his hands on your mother and you can't do nothing about it. Y'all don't know what it's like. That's victim, right? That's victim. That's victim, right? He didn't weaponize it. He's still broken. He's still the 5-year-old that couldn't do nothing about it. Now he's probably a man overcompensating in some way. The Tears Down said, conversely, if you survive but want vengeance, monster. Yup, exactly, Tez. Exactly. Classic. Tristan said the monster may seek vengeance while still operating with a victim mindset, and that's super dangerous, right? That's how you get, you know, the Charlie Kirk situation. Classic. Yeah. See, all weak people aren't weak, right? I think that's the difference between the beast and the monster, right? They both go out and weaponize what they've been through to become strong. But then once you become strong, you got to pick a side, right? Who you fighting for? You know what I'm saying? Are you a protector or are you the shit starter? You know what I mean? And so, yeah, I think that trauma in 3 different ways, I think we just broken down 3 different ways trauma can send you, right? It can make you weak, stuck, you know what I mean? Useless, essentially, until you able to break free from whatever that is. It can motivate you, but then once you've been motivated to become, what do you do when you become? What do you do? You know, do you get your money? Do you get your money? And sorry for the strays, brothers, gentlemen. Sorry for the strays, but I'm just making a point. Do you get your bread and go Tyreek Hill? Or do you get your bread and go Jalen Hurts? What type of man you want to be? Same thing with women. You know, you glow up. Do you glow up and become? I don't want to name no females. You know how that get. Yeah, man. The men can handle it. But you get what I'm saying. So yeah, man. Trauma. So yeah, that's the TikTok reaction for today. Great conversation. I appreciate y'all. Chat 333, the best in it. Ted said 333. My dog.
Classic.
All right, let's go into the question of the day because it segues off of that, and then we're gonna get into the reaction video. All right, question of the day. This is in alignment with the Ray Lewis clip that we just covered. What trauma makes a man a monster? So what type of trauma makes a man a monster versus a beast? We already talked about the difference between a beast and a monster. I reiterated for this segment. So both the beast and the monster have been through trauma. And this applies to women too. Both the beast and the monster have been through trauma. They weaponize the trauma to become a strong person, right? This person who is valuable in society and has options in some sort of way or ways for themselves, right? So then they have to decide whether they want to be good or evil with these choices that they've now gotten for themselves. The beast would do good, right? I am capable of doing evil, but I'm going to be strong and I'm going to be disciplined. The monster may be vengeful for the trauma that they went through, and they still haven't let go of some of the, they're vengeful, right? So what type of trauma would make a man or woman, because we got ladies in the chat too, a monster specifically? What types of trauma specifically? Ted said way more villain. My man just made up a word. Way more billionaires out there. So villainaires. I agree. I think that most people, it's in a lot. I have to agree, right? Because I'm the same person who said I don't think anybody really forgives for real. Not for real. Not by definition. So I agree with you, Tez. I had to be consistent for sure. I think there's plenty of villains outside and shit like that. We talked about that a little bit though. But what specific types of trauma make men monsters? I think for I'm trying to think. Monsters, I would say any type of childhood trauma for, like, as far as men is concerned, any young boys that was like, taken advantage of, you know what I mean? When they was kids and stuff like that. I think that could make monsters. Grateful that never happened to me, but I mean, I know men who have been through that. But yeah, I think that makes monsters. What other specific types? And if this is a little heavy for y'all, it's the codes, man. It's gonna get like that some days. We'll have some fun in a minute. But what else? Certain types of relationship trauma, I think, for men and women can make monsters. Like certain kinds of relationship trauma, I feel. Tristan said, I think street violence is a big one. Talk about it, Tristan. Expound on that. In what way? Like who? Like in what scenario? Who becomes the monster? Is it who becomes the monster when it comes to street violence? Like, you got to give me some. Spell that out a little bit more for me, right? So if you're the cousin of somebody who was harmed or unalive through street violence, does that make you a monster? Being the person who's still here, with your survivor's remorse. If you are a person who somebody made an unaliving attempt on, and then you survive the unaliving attempt, does that make you a monster or a beast? Or does it, you know what I'm saying? Does it make you, does having your life flash before your eyes, does it make you want to become this super like hyper criminal thug, turbo thug, or does it make a person want to straighten up their life altogether and get away from this shit altogether? You know what I'm saying? Like, what spell it? Give me some elaboration on that, because I like that. Street violence is a big one. It is a big one, but let's dig into it a little bit. The chat a little quiet today. Y'all getting that money on, huh? All that work, huh? The chat a little quiet today. They getting that money. I ain't mad at y'all. But yeah, I think that yeah, certain types of relationship trauma. We discussed it before. I mean, me being a man, I give y'all the male POV. I think most men start off, not all. I think most men start off as boys entering into the time in their life where they want to deal with girls and date them and talk to them and fall in love and all that other stuff. When boys transition into that time frame in their life, I think most boys are young, for the most part, naive, and, you know, somewhat gullible for girls. And to say that, I would say this: most dudes, no matter what type of man they became, most dudes start off innocent and in a good place when it comes to their perspective on females. It just takes one for us, though. Like with guys, it just takes one, you know, and then after that, it's like they see the light, you know what I'm saying? Like, oh, okay, you know what I'm saying? Tristan said, men who grew up with people around them getting deleted in the streets, some brothers will go down that same path and engage in gang wars. Yeah. So that would be the monster. That vengeance. Yeah, that vengeance is a mother, man. That vengeful spirit, that'll make a monster out of anything that make you vengeful. I definitely think it turns you into a monster. The Tez Down said losing a person permanently does make a lot of monsters. Yeah, and we got to reevaluate our perspective on losing people too. We'll cover that in another episode. It's already been a little heavy today, you know, but we gotta reevaluate our perspective on that, right? Because as long as you living, you're gonna see stuff die. That's literally a fact. The longer you live, the more stuff you're gonna see die. And so with that already being a fundamental understanding, I think that and then with everybody, you know, for the most part claiming to be so spiritual, like I just don't understand to a degree why losses carry for so long. I understand missing, like the absence, right? So there's a void when you lose someone or something. Like I lost my dog and I miss my dog every single day. But at the same time, like I'm not like still fucked up. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm okay. You know what I'm saying? I feel it. Like, damn, I wish bro was right here so I could, you know what I'm saying, just call him in here. He'd be laying right here while I'm streaming. Big facts. You know what I mean? So it's like, yeah, I don't, but like the whole concept of it, like making somebody into a monster is kind of like, we got to reevaluate our perspective so that it don't curve us in that direction. That's all I'm saying. Souls of Thought said, experiences like today, I'm just pissed, not quite. Yeah. Oh, you said you pissed, not quiet. I understand. You still trying to shake. Yeah, you still trying to, you know, process it. Yeah, man, it's a lot of different directions that conversation could go. I felt like if I stayed on it for too long, I would have been on it for too long, if you get what I'm saying. No puffy. So, you know, I just wanted to, you know, progress the show forward because y'all deserve it. You know what I mean? But yeah, that was a tough one. I feel like, you know, we'll have plenty of chances to revisit it over the course of, you know, weeks or whatever the case may be. But yeah, man, this was an interesting question of the day. I understand, you know what I'm saying? Appreciate you, Souls, while explaining why you a little hush in the chat today. No big deal. I totally get it. He said thicker skin, the Tez Down. Yeah, we do need to bring back thick skin, but we're no longer approved to raise children in a way that gives them thick skin. You know, everything is too harsh, and you know what I mean? They got some shit called gentle parenting. You know what I'm saying? That came out. They dropped some new shit called gentle parenting that came out. I don't know what the release date on it was, but they went on ahead and employed that. And now we got all these soft ass adults out here that you can't even hold a conversation with. Why you think the ability to agree to disagree is gone? Because of gentle parenting, participation trophies, all that shit feed into the same shit. A weak ass grown up. All that shit feed into the same thing. So yeah, Thicker skin need to make a comeback for sure. John Wick said, not the dog. Yeah. Ain't nobody gonna love you like your dog, and I'm standing on that. Let's argue on Classic. God. My dog was the same with me every day. I don't care what was going on. It wasn't no, you talking about unconditional, that's Classic. It. Yup. I stood on business with the police about my dog. I ain't gonna get into it. Yeah. Motherfucker rode up on me talking about that's a beautiful dog. I said, thank you. Motherfucker talking about he sure looks like he'll make a mighty fine police dog. Told his ass, not this one. He's like, what kind of dog is he? I said, not this one. Fuck you talking about, boy. This one won't make no good police dog. Fuck you talking about. You're going to have to take me with him. So as the thought said, thick skin was killed today. Everything we want to create is now looked down upon. Yeah, Souls. You can't disagree with these folks. They got guns now. Allegedly all for content creation purposes. You can't disagree with these folks. They got guns now. Classic. They got guns now. Tristan said that gentle parenting shit shouldn't exist, especially when raising boys into men. Facts. Lisa said gentle parenting does not work. Tristan said throw that shit in the trash. 333. Yeah, facts. That shit don't work. And bring the belt back too. Spank these little motherfuckers, man. Spank them a little bit. You ain't got to go like, now listen, my mama could have played relief pitcher for the Yankees the way her shit was. I know my mama could have threw a 90-mile-an-hour fastball. I know it for a fact. But listen, I ain't no soft-ass grown-up, though. You know what I'm saying? These kids growing up into some soft-ass, finesse-ass grown-ups. Straight up. Very, very easily swayed. The social engineering of people's minds has never been easier. You know what I mean? And then now it's like it done got to the point with like seeing Charlie today. You know what I'm saying? People's delusions and their demented ways of thinking and their evil, unrighteous ways of thinking in accordance to the word, they really willing to stand on business and take it too far about this shit now. Y'all believe me now when I told y'all it ain't safe outside? Y'all believe me now when I told y'all stay dangerous? Do y'all believe me now? My man, hold on. Modern day martyr. My man was doing the Lord's work. I don't know nothing about his personal life. I don't even care. I don't know nothing about bro personal life. We talking about Charlie Kirk. I don't know nothing about his personal life. I don't care. I know in public, he was doing God's work. And they smoked him. So yeah, trauma makes monsters. And hurt people. We can't even, that's why I always tell y'all on here, my message from day one on this platform was talk to me, whether you agree or disagree, because we got to crack these codes. Every day I tell y'all, shit, let me know. I'm ready to be wrong.
I know you see me trying to crack the code.
This shit a little discouraging, right? But see, Souls, I'm talking to my brother Souls here because he said thick skin was killed today. Everything we want to create is now looked down upon. See, Souls, here go the difference though. And this ain't, I'm willing to die about this shit. My mission, my purpose, I told y'all already, if you're not willing to die about nothing, you ain't living for nothing. You just round this motherfucker. I stand on that. I'm willing to die about this shit. Am I going to? No. But I'm willing to. I'm not going to. I'm going to outlive everybody watching this shit. I'm going to tell you that right now. Y'all want to have a contest? I'm going to outlive everybody. I'm going to live a long-ass, prosperous life. And when I die, it's going to be of old age. Ain't nobody going to touch nothing. But I'm willing to, though. Somebody got to stand for something. Somebody got to stand for something. Two-Face Forever, you new to the chat. Welcome, chat 333. What's going on? What's going on with Classic? Welcome in. What we talking about? Right now, we was talking about what types of trauma make men into monsters. And then we went off on a couple of different tangents and we just tying it all in. But we about to move off the question of the day and go into the reaction and have a little bit of fun. Welcome to the chat, man. Welcome to the chat. We covered Charlie Kirk's passing away earlier on in the episode. And we talked a little bit about trauma today, but now we're about to move into something a little more lighthearted for sure. For sure. Welcome to the chat, man. Chat 333. Everybody dump them threes for Two-Face Forever. Jay Zilla in the chat. What up, Jay? What up, Jay? My boy. 2016 term gentle parenting was placed in a British 2016 term gentle parenting was placed in a British book. The topic has been pushed since the 40s. See, they've been trying to make us soft as hell. Shout out to Jay Zilla for the research. I got the best chat on all streaming platforms. It's not even close. This shit not even close. And when we pull up and dump them threes in the chat, you know what it is. He said childhood trauma, in my opinion. Childhood trauma. I said that earlier. Two-Face in alignment. Two-Face in alignment. Classic. Everybody dump them threes for Two-Face forever, man. Show him some love. Welcome in. We got a super chat. Put some color in the chat. That money coming Classic. In. Appreciate you, Souls of Thought. $4.99 for the squad. Support those while you can. Facts. We climbing the ladder. Two-Face forever. And deep trust issues. Ooh, talk about it. He said deep trust issues. They got them threes in there for you, Two-Face. We drop 333s around here. It's a frequency thing. It's all positive. Souls of Thought said no one understands the mission. We won't even support those who are now risking their lives. So we got a panel, bro. I see what's on your heart. I already look. We gotta do a panel, dog. We gotta do a panel. I already know you want to dive into this shit. Let's put something together Friday or Saturday for the people. Let's get it. Friday or Saturday for the people. Let's do it. The Tears Down said people don't get it. Hey, my chat want to talk about this one. Two-Face forever. Being alone can really fuck with a human's brain too. Solitude. Ooh, that's interesting because I actually push solitude. I think solitude is a good thing. You said being alone. So you saying like being alone, I guess involuntarily, like you would like to be in the comfort of some people, but you don't have anybody around type shit. I can see, yeah, I can see that. But I more so speak on being solid, like using solitude intentionally to reset and shit like that. That's more so what I talk about. Two-Face coming in with some perspective. I appreciate you, dog. Classic. We got somebody that's gonna help us get to the bottom of this shit.
I know you see me trying to crack the code.
Yes, Lord. All right, chat. So look, I'm gonna let y'all decide because y'all seem like y'all want to have some conversation. And we've been on a frequency. I got a River TV reaction. We could do that, or I could just go straight in and chat Q&A and we could chop it up. I'll go ahead and drop the link. Anybody want to join in? We can have a conversation. What y'all want to do? I'll give y'all a couple minutes to let me know. Y'all want to go into the reaction video? I got another 20 minutes for y'all. Y'all want to go into the reaction video, or y'all just want to go chat Q&A and we could just talk? Because it seemed like y'all want to really get into it, and I'm with it. I don't want to ruin the experience for y'all. I want to give y'all the show that y'all want to have. Let's get it.
I know you see me trying to crack the code.
So y'all let me know what y'all want me to do with this 20 minutes. He said, no one understands the mission. The Tears Down, people don't get it. Being alone. He said, nah, like if you've been alone mentally for a very long time, it eats you up inside. I can see that. He said, if you've been alone mentally for a very long time, that's kind of deep because people do talk about like being in a room full of people feeling alone. Shit, I've talked about that before too. Yeah. I can see that though. And that could make you a monster. Yeah, it's a lot of people that's, you know what I'm saying? They might be outside in broad daylight living in the dark for sure. That's why people got to check on folks and be kind to people too. That's another thing too. Act like you got some sense with people. It was I'll be sparing people too. It was a dude in the gym yesterday. Me and Ye was in the gym getting our workout in, and this dude come in. He, you know, where I live, it's a lot of racism and shit where I live, so I'm used to it. That shit don't bother me because I like knowing where everybody at. If you don't like me, I don't like you back. Just stay in your place. Because if it get out of line, we gonna get all the way out of line. Dude came in the gym rude as hell. We over there working on the dumbbells. He damn near act like he wanted to brush against me to grab some dumbbells. Motherfucker ain't said, excuse me, are you using these? He ain't say shit. Just walked over there. I'm talking about 2 centimeters from me. Grabbed the dumbbells, just walked his little racist ass off. I done seen dude plenty of times, so I already know what the vibes is anyway. But my homie never seen him before, so he a YN. He ready to crash out for sure. Okay, he looking at me like
natural born crash dummy, and he go crash out.
So he like, damn, folks ain't gonna say excuse me, nothing like that. I'm like, let his old ass rock. He an old ass. I'm talking about he was around Jim Crow type shit, old as hell. I said, man, let his old ass rock. That's what I said. I said, just let him rock. I said, I don't know why he tweaking because shit, we both probably fuck with Trump. His ass started laughing. I said, yeah, his ass, he don't even know. We probably got more in common than he think. Dumbass boy. Finna get his ass whooped in here. Oh, hey, old people could get beat up too. I don't give old people passes. Like, oh, he old, just let him slide. Nah, you disrespect me, I'll slap your old ass. I ain't gonna lie to you. Allegedly, all for content creation purposes. Yeah, for real. Yeah. Let me see. He said it really can. No, I agree. He said, do your thing, big dog. Everyone will be hitting this topic. Soft Rain said resentment. Resentment makes monsters. Yeah, it can. It can. Jay Zilla said that like button don't get an expiration date. The super chat has a light trigger, so let's not withhold. Talk to him, Jay Zilla. He said that like button. Everybody hit that like button. I'm a little short. My shit looking Spud Webb. Let's get it. Two-Face Forever said, like, you want to live a normal life, but the mind fucks up everything, but you try so hard to fight it. But at the end of the day, you still stuck at the exact same place in your mind. Yeah, that's literally the definition of trauma. And his comment came in at 4:44. The numerology is strong with us. His comment came in at 4:44 p.m. But yeah, you're right. That's literally the definition of trauma. It's that stuck point. Everything come back to, I went through this. Everything come back to, I went through this. I went through this. No matter what, you go all the way out there to come all the way back to it. But I went through this. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, I mean, but like I said earlier in the episode, it's a decision. You know what I mean? We all got to make choices. But if you like what you just saw, support the channel. Make sure you subscribe, like, and jump in the comments. Talk to me so we could crack these codes. If you want to support the channel monetarily, go to my website and cop some merch, www.theclassiccodes.com. Or you can shoot me a Cash App. Either way, stick to the codes.
Classic codes, I ain't taking it slow. Forgive me, Lord, I woke up in that mode. Weathered the winters when left in the cold. Hardened my heart and that heart.